camera. Look at the camera. So this is Basil. Hey, we're gonna let. Good boy. So Basil is a southern Mealy Amazon parrot, and I met him just under a year ago after his owner passed away, and the son who inherited him didn't want him. He was going to release him into the wild or have him euthanized, none of which are fair. So when I met Basil, he was a complete and total nervous wreck. The idea of having a hand near him terrified him. He just could not deal with it. He would stereotype spin around the top of his quarantine cage. And from the size of that circle, you could tell just how small a cage he'd spent his entire life in. So when Basil came here, he was on a really bad diet. It looked like a combination of cheap parrot seed mix and hamster food. It was also very heavily full of sunflower seeds and walnuts, both of which are very fattening. And parrots in the pet situation that Basil was in can often end up with conditions such as fatty liver disease, which will ultimately kill them if that's not managed or prevented. So here at Hopefield, we provide all of our rescue parrots with large flight spaces. They've either got 14 or 16 foot flight aviaries with indoor houses attached, so they can have the freedom that they deserve. They are a lifelong commitment. But often they are given the wrong diets, and it's just really important that if you are going to take on a parrot as a pet, that you really do your research and choose one appropriate to your situation, because sometimes circumstances change that are out of your control, and you have to be able to take your bird with you. It's not ideal to take on an animal that lives this long and bonds this strongly with people to then give them up to rescue centres or release them into the wild like what Basil's owner was going to do. But what's really important is that they don't live their life, you know, their 40 years of life in a small cage. We don't personally recommend having parrots as pets. They can be, in some circumstances, wonderful companions, but only if you can provide for them the needs that they require.